You're listening to the Dollop on the All Things Comedy Network. Well, this is a bilingual American history podcast where each week I read a story in two languages to my friend from American history.
Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what the topic is going to be about.
How are you?
What is happening?
How was your...
We don't do a podcast.
How was your
like
airplanes?
Every one of them was really good.
Your airplanes were good?
Not a problem in one flight.
Now, if you could fly and have your luggage lost and then come back next to a baby, is that good? You like?
That's why I do it. I do it for the travel. I do it to have open seating in Southwest and feel like I've got a perfect plot of land, only to have someone be I'm gonna teach a child about the differences between Earth's pressure and the sky's pressure today.
That's nice.
I'm gonna see what the baby reacts like when I'm squishing its head with air pressure.
Here's the thing about babies.
They get it.
They get it because they understand what's happening.
Dave, like I've been taught, they got places to go. Business babies.
Oh, wait.
Oh, God. What an awkward transfer.
Aaron made me turn this off. And now.
Who's
watching? Who's watching?
How you're blaming, how you're
turn
blaming Aaron for that is beyond me.
Because he made me unplug it and
No, you unplugged it because it was making a noise. And you didn't even play it, dickhole.
And called it, quote, his jam pad.
Jam pad?
I'm the fucking hippo guy!
Dave, okay.
My name's Gary.
My name's Gary. Wait.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tiggly podcast.
Okay.
This is like anarchy!
On a 5-part coefficient.
My room's a flame!
Now hit him with the puppy.
You both present sick arguments.
No sleep till hippo!
No sleep till hippo.
Action partner.
Hi, Gary.
No.
Nicely done, my friend.
Yeah, we have tour coming up.
up.
We're coming to other
cities.
places. You can go to our website, dolloppodcast.com, and we have shows coming up in Utah, Salt Lake City. We're going to Colorado, Denver. We're going to Arizona, in the city of Phoenix, and we're doing Las Vegas. So you can get tickets for those right now. Later on, we'll be in the year. We'll be in San Francisco, Sacramento, and San Diego. Tickets are also on sale for those. And then we're doing a tour of Australia, all the usual cities, plus New Zealand. Tickets are on sale for those. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Stay inside so we can come and play. And go to dolloppodcast.com, like Dave said, for all the ticketing information. Gareth Reynolds, will be Thursday, August 19th. 5, 4, 3, 2. August 19th, I will be at Hyenas in Dallas. Then I'll be at the State Theater in Austin on August 20th. Then I'll be at the Rec Room in Houston, August 21st. Then I'll be at the Spokane Comedy Club Thursday, August 26th. Then I'll be at the Tacoma Comedy Club Friday, August 27th and Saturday, August 28th. Then I'll be at the Stress Factory in New Jersey. Those just dropped September 10th and September 11th. That's the Stress Factory in New Jersey. And then I'll be in Bridgeport, Connecticut. What the fuck are you doing, dude? What is going on? Why is he doing this? Why? Just sit there and shut up. Then Friday, October 1st and Saturday, October 2nd, I'll be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And then this Wednesday, the 11th of August, I will be at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club in Ventura, California, and come there. There's a great lineup, but it's 7 o'clock, and hopefully the cameras don't go to Dave anymore because that'll be problematic.
I love it, bro. We're going to do a good show today.
I mean, look at you.
Yeah,
look at you.
Showing off the guns.
You have a freckle line.
Oh, yeah. No, I have most people have a farmer tan, but I have a freckle line. Those are some guns, though, huh?
They are.
So Planet Change 10, the website is actually happening. It's done. We're just now looking for people to help out on it. And we'll start doing meetings. Hopefully in these 4 cities, we go to Vegas, Phoenix, Denver, and Utah, Salt Lake City. We can do some meetings. Probably have to do them outside. Mm-hmm. So it's like I said, it's done. Me and the Josh, this guy who built it, is awesome. we're getting ready. So it's actually going to finally happen after just so much nonsense.
Well, and it's probably
Good timing.
a good time.
Why?
Everything's collapsing.
Huh?
And June 4th, 1999.
I can't tell because I don't read anything anymore.
That's smart.
So go to that. Go to the Facebook page or the Twitter or Instagram and sign up, and you'll get notifications of what's going on. So it's almost ready to launch. Okay. Anything else? Aaron, do you have anything to say?
I am worried about your power cable right by your mic.
By the mic?
The mic cable. It's
Of this.
Oh, you don't want it near that. How's this?
no, it's worse.
Is this worse?
Worse?
It doesn't. I don't hear anything, but I'm worried
Why are you worried?
because I'm a sound guy.
How's this?
It's still. See, the problem is where the cable's touching.
The cable. The power
Ah.
cable. The power cable.
Power cable.
I did it. I moved it away. What if I needed the power cable to be right there, though?
I'm still not over the sleeveless.
Don't cancel me. Come on, guys. It's just a power cable. Shut the fuck up about being canceled. Seriously. January 24th, 1895, year of our Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus Cristo. For our Czechoslovakian speaking friends.
Just get into it.
Plennie Wingo was born to John Newton and Willie Drusilla Wingo in River Red County, Texas.
Just the first part without the River Red County, Texas one more time, just so I'm locking in.
Plennie Wingo was born to John Newton and Willie Drusilla Wingo.
To John and Willie?
Her name is Willie.
Okay.
5 months later, his dad came down with pneumonia and died.
Okay.
So we got him out of the way. How
It's a nice turnaround too.
Mike was looking through the window at me.
That's a nice turnaround though.
His mom then married his dad's brother.
Sure, and that's what you do.
You
Absolutely.
That's
the move.
The first one was so great.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close to what you liked the first time. It's like getting a new model of the car. It's
Yep.
like getting the Spring 2022.
A lot of it's similar. A lot of the body parts are
yeah,
probably
just
very
bigger
similar.
screen, maybe a little, better.
A little different head, maybe. A little different head.
Sure,
but
the head's
they're pretty
different.
similar, I would imagine.
Sure, better head. What?
Better head. They had 10 more kids.
Jesus God.
Yeah, they were fucking. As a child, Plennie caught and sold rattlesnakes. So I'd say they made a little extra cash. He caught and sold rattlesnakes, as
Sure.
you do.
Yeah, no, kids love rattles.
He waited tables as a teen, and he fell in love and married Idella, who went by Della.
Okay.
Quote, a hard-faced woman from Hayes County.
Jesus, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
Hard-faced?
Yeah. It's from, that quote is from author Ben Montgomery. Unless you say otherwise, all quotes are from him.
I don't even know what that means.
She's a hard face.
What does that mean?
It's like a
Hard-
rockish.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
so rock-like face.
Sure, she's got a bit of a shale head.
It's a shell
Okay,
situation.
she's a shale, right,
Yeah.
okay.
Della and Plennie then had a daughter in 1915. So Plennie's 20 years old. And then they opened a restaurant in, it's got to be different, but Dunny, it says here, Dunny, Texas.
Sure.
And then they moved to Abilene and opened another one there.
Okay,
So they're doing well.
sure.
And then in 1928, Plennie was arrested for selling, quote, intoxicating liquor at the restaurant.
Oh, and this is during Prohibition.
Yeah.
Right, so that's
Yeah.
not okay.
It's not okay.
What a fun dance we had.
I
Can you imagine being in this country without access to alcohol?
wouldn't be surprised if they brought it back.
Really?
The way everything's going.
Things are going
sure.
pretty bad. I mean, they've already stopped it on certain flights.
That's right.
There's certain planes where I love that. It's amazing. It really is amazing that we are at we just keep taking, it's just incremental, so it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like, man, the wheels are really coming off. I mean, they're literally like, look, you people are so fucking crazy. We can't have alcohol on planes anymore.
I mean, they taped a guy to
They
a plane
duct
seat,
taped, and
then
it was justified.
And well, then they suspended the crew, and everyone's like, they're totally right.
They
The
had
crew's
to.
right.
But I mean, can you imagine, like, if you're on a plane getting duct taped, are you not like, I think I've lost the plot. I don't think I'd come off good in this.
No, I don't think it was that. I think when I did it, it was different.
It was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
So he gets arrested. Now he had to pay $750 bond to get out. That's a lot of money,
Sure.
and that's like 6 months of profits from the restaurant. So
Okay.
he's in a hole. Black Friday came, right? Depression's on, and pretty soon the bank took the restaurant.
It's pretty amazing that we've held up the tradition of Black Friday, but made it
Different.
something so awful in its own right.
Unless it's Black Tuesday. Did I say that wrong? Whatever. He took it. What? Black Monday? It's Black Monday, right? Yeah, it's Black Monday. So it's not the same.
Okay, 3, 2.
Monday is
the day after Sunday.
No, they do. What do they do?
Well, they do the whole
Amazon Monday or some shit.
Oh, Prime Day.
Prime Day. Yeah.
Prime Day.
He took a job at a cafe. So he went from owning a restaurant to now he's working at a cafe for 17 cents an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like a cook. Then at Vivian's 15th birthday party, the kids start talking about the fad in America of physical feats. So dance marathons, swimming the English Channel, pole sitting, walking on airplane wings, all that stuff. Americans just love
their minds, right?
They just love these people doing this stuff. Like, there was a guy who pushed a peanut up a mountain with his nose.
I'm sorry. Just
I'm going to say that again. There was a guy who pushed a peanut up a mountain with his nose.
A mountain?
Yeah, a mountain. It took him a long time. He went through several shoes and a lot of peanuts.
Several shoes?
Yeah.
And a lot of peanuts?
Yeah.
So he's allowed different peanuts?
He could switch them out.
But
the whole idea is that...
He's subbing nuts?
The whole idea is you're pushing up the mountain with your nose.
He's subnutting?
Yeah, you can subnut.
And
it's in the rule book.
What a nightmare. It's not a life.
Why did he do it? Because it was an ad for a peanut company. Because everybody is like, who's making these peanuts? Like, everybody cares about which peanut company.
I wonder how those taste.
You know, I didn't like peanuts till I saw that gentleman pushing it up a mountain with his nose. Heroic gentleman.
Hero is what he is.
Master of the nut.
I am starstruck by this guy.
I mean, when I see him, I
turn
into a young lady.
15 peanuts and he got all the way to the top.
Yeah. Oh God, I melt when I see him.
I love.
And of course, there was Charles Lindbergh, who is now flying around the country on a victory tour, and thousands of people are coming out to see him.
Right.
Also, in January 1928, Henry Daredevil Rowland climbed the 9-story Mims building in Abilene as a huge crowd watched. We got to the top. He threw out copies of the Abilene Morning News because it was an ad stunt.
Right. I still am with the peanut guy.
Yeah.
Now you push a peanut up that building, I'm listening.
Oh, you push peanuts anywhere and I'm in.
I'm listening with your nose.
Peanut man.
You
no,
dung
it's gotta
beetle.
be the nose.
You dung beetle peanut. No, I want nose.
You look a little bit like Wolverine.
I'm getting closer. Not far away. My hands have been hurting.
So, like I said, Americans love it. And he's like, oh, you can make money doing this. And then he's sitting at the party listening to his kids talk about it. The kids are like, everything's been done. And he goes...
So he's listening to these teenagers and he's like, this is...
He's like, there's
inspiring.
a thing here.
There's something.
And then he thinks...
I'm going to push a peanut up a building with my cock.
What if I walk around the world backwards, he thinks.
No, Dave, come on. What? Does he know about water? What is the plan? I mean, has he got Jesus boots?
I'm sure he'll take boats when he gets to the
he better be
parts.
walking backwards the whole goddamn voyage, otherwise he's cheating. Otherwise you just look for a circuitous route that has no land.
No, he would have to walk backwards everywhere, but yeah.
Okay.
Now, he told his wife, she for some reason is not down.
She's one of these people who doesn't respect the dream of someone that she loves.
She's a dream killer.
What is her problem with the plan that's good? Why does she not understand?
Oh, it's something about your husband saying he's going to walk around the world backwards.
I mean, it's going to take you away from the family, but you also have to understand the importance of a mission. And a mission is a mission to walk around the world not facing the direction you're going. That's important stuff. That needs to be done.
So here's what I'd say. I don't even know if it has to do with walking around the world backwards. I think it's just the whole idea of walking around the world. Because that's going to take time. She's like, that's going to be a timely...
Well, backwards too. It's going to add months probably.
Okay, backwards adds time. That adds time.
Uh-huh.
It's probably double or around... Although you could probably get a pretty good clip going.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. Your head will probably be evolving in ways that most
your head will
aren't.
Swivel around.
Yeah, you'll have a Linda Blair head for a little while.
Your arms will start turning
backwards. And then once you start putting your suit on backwards, it's a matter of time until people are like, hey, he's going forwards. You go, no, look at the elbows. They're still going backwards. That man has just only rotated his head fully.
So she's not down, and then he talks his daughter into it. She's like, okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Your mother's being a real
Your
asshole.
mother's really fucked about my great ideas.
Listen, I have something I need to tell you. I talked to your mother, and she's just being a dream killer as usual.
Yeah.
Your dad wants to do something big for you so that
Okay.
you have a legacy.
Okay.
And you know, we were trying the restaurants, and then unfortunately I was giving people liquor, and I regret that. But for the bounce back, your old man's gonna walk around the world backwards.
What?
I'm gonna be gone for about 5 years, 6 years,
Jesus,
and I'm gonna
Dad.
be
I'll be like 20 when you get back.
but you'll be ready. You'll be set up for a better life because
How?
you'll be associated with me. People will look at you and they'll go, "That's the daughter, that genius that walked around the globe
Won't
the
they-
wrong direction."
Don't you think they'll make fun of you?
For what? Being a trailblazer?
Yeah. No. Yes.
Listen to me. When you have an idea as airtight and
it's
perfect, hold on.
Do you know what airtight means? I
Yes,
don't
it's flawless. This is all right. Let me ask you this.
ask.
What's the problem with it? Name one.
Well, it sounds
flaw.
really fucking stupid. Like you sound like an idiot.
Well, that's and a lot, and I
Like
think
dumb, like
but
you
I
sound
think
like a total
if you were
moron.
talking to Einstein when he was sort of first kind of kicking around,
No, it sounds like the kind of thing that someone would come up with when they were on cocaine.
I do not do that drug much, and what I want you to know is that I'm willing to pull the plug if it's not working, but what I see is a huge celebration. So, I love you.
I
and,
don't think you do.
I do. I love you very much. That's why I'm going to walk around the earth with my head facing forward and my legs going backwards.
What?
Yeah. Did you not pick up on that part? I'm not walking
No,
the
it
right
sounds
way
like
around.
your body is changing.
Well, I hope it will. I'm hoping to adapt.
None of this is a good idea.
Every part of it works in every way, and I'm going to need less pushback from you and that mother of yours who likes to squash dreams.
Okay, I think you should go.
All right. Now watch how I go. Backwards out. Now get used to that.
I don't want
You're going to
to.
see that walking across the Sahara Desert. Probably get thirsty.
So he goes to a doctor.
So,
and-
doctor, I need to be psychiatrically cleared and medically cleared for a journey that's pretty bonkers.
He tells the doctor his plan, and the doctor's like, well, I'm in. He says, quote, Mr. Wingo, if you want to try it, I'll be glad to give it some thought and work out some exercises to develop the muscles you'll need.
Like a lobotomy.
Like a lobotomy, like just take an ice pick right into the forehead.
So he's kind of found his Alfred.
Yeah, well, the doctor's going to set him up with training, and the
training?
doctor's like, I don't want any pay. This is a great idea, so why would you pay me?
Obviously, I'm just in this because I know how great this concept is.
And so he showed him some things to do to build up his
Such
muscles.
as what? He was like, so you're going to need to, your legs are, I'm going to be honest, let's favor building the leg muscles.
I assume he just had to walk backwards.
There you go. So this first training exercise we're going to walk through is called the backwards walk. And this is where you're going to walk backwards. And we're going to just kind of keep doing this one for the most part. So really in a circle, just you and I will both do it. And I'm going to time you, and then you're going to try to beat that time.
Yeah.
Let's see how fast you can run a mile.
So
What about hurdles? Is that crazy?
he starts walking. And
High jump?
He is holding up a mirror, like he's got his arm extended out, and he's holding
He's
a mirror
got
to look
a
where
rear
he's going.
view mirror.
Well, he has to, or else how is he going to know where he's going?
Well, Dave, just walk forwards for fuck's sake. Can we have that conversation first? I mean, he jumped. Nobody. At no point was he like, "I'll go forwards," and then he's like, further like thought. Maybe I'll go back. Like he right away just was like backwards.
And then so he's like, this hurt. This is hard. Walking with my arm out like this. Mm-hmm. And then he's looking in a magazine and he sees an ad.
Is he doing it backwards? He's got the mirror. He's like, whoa, what's that ad?
He's just sitting down reading. He sees an ad for sunglasses for motorcycle riders that have mirrors on the sides of the glasses. And he's like, this is it. This is it.
At least the look is coming together.
Yeah.
So you'd look at a guy crazy walking backwards, but if he has side view mirrors on his head, that's a person.
Cool.
That's a cool guy.
So he buys them. It's going to take he also takes money out of his savings to buy them, and then it takes a while to get there. And by the time the glasses get there, he's been training for weeks. Mm-hmm. So
He's walking around the world.
It's all coming together.
I mean, weeks, I don't know. I mean, again, obviously we don't know exactly. We haven't really charted this course a lot, but, weeks, sure. But you are trying to walk. Mm-hmm. Does he know the world? Were they familiar with the world size at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So he started pitching himself to local businesses, And in Fort Worth, the Southwestern Exposition and Fat Stock Show hired him.
You know, we've been looking for a fat stock mascot for a while.
Yeah, we have. You look wonderful.
Well, my plan is to walk backwards, and I really think that this and fat stock obviously pair together greatly.
Sorry?
Well, you have fat stock, and I think that my walking backwards, it makes me the perfect spokesman. Fat stock, walking backwards.
Well, they hired him.
Of course.
And for 10 days, he walked backwards around Fort Worth and the whole area, local small towns. He got $250 for the 10 days, and crowds were amazed. Crowds start gathering to watch him
I would
walk
just
backwards.
wouldn't it be great to see what happened if we never had TV or phones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what we would be watching now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably just public banging.
People had questions. They were like, why are you doing it? How did you learn how to do it?
Did you
How
fall?
long have you been doing it?
Is your brain intact?
What would happen when you got to the ocean? Which was your question.
Well, Dave, it's a fair question because there's so much water on Earth.
And then, of course, backwards walking man is in the papers the next day.
Also, just maps, like knowing where you're going. Like, I mean, it's quite a distance. The backwards part is really, I feel like, going to bite him in the ass. I really do.
We'll see. I think it's fine.
Okay, it's funny.
So the response to this is huge, and the stock show breaks attendance records.
Okay, sure, right.
So with his success, Plennie goes to the Chamber of Commerce in Fort Worth, and hold on, my computer's
You
doing
walking
something.
backwards?
And he says, look, I'm going to walk around the world backwards. You guys sponsor me. Give me $5,000. I'll promote Fort Worth wherever I go. It's an obvious
Absolutely.
partnership.
Yeah. he's
How
in
could it not?
Taiwan. He's walked all the way to Taiwan somehow. You guys ever heard of Fort Worth? Do you want to get travel advice from a man who has mirrors on his ears and is walking backwards?
But, it's the Depression, so the city has no money.
Right.
Chamber of Commerce has no money, and he thinks about it, and then he goes, I will sell postcards as I walk. I'll sell them to people, and that will be my money to pay for the trip as I go along.
Again, I don't know if we're trying to get back as fast as possible, but we're talking about adding days and days and days to the trip now if he's stopping selling merch.
Yeah, he's merch, but they're just postcards.
Still, you're stopping.
Yeah.
And you're walking backwards.
Yeah.
Daylight's your friend.
Yeah.
I don't imagine a lot of night backwards walking.
Well, you don't know.
I hope not.
And so he sets off to walk around the world backwards.
So he leaves from Fort Worth.
He sets out.
So he's going Fort Worth.
He sets out from Abilene.
Okay, so he's going Abilene to Abilene is the plan.
Yes. And when he leaves, he has a black.
Is anyone going like, hey?
Yeah, his wife.
Okay. So the only
No,
person.
there's definitely. I mean,
There's people- there's a
Everyone's like,
contingent
oh,
of-
good, but everyone's also like, what the fuck are you doing?
Not possible though.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
His mom was just like, oh, I'm worried.
Thank God I had 14 others.
So he leaves. He has a black notebook to keep records. He has a pen and a new Bible that a street preacher had given him. That's what he's carrying.
That's it.
That's it.
He doesn't have changes of clothes?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That never comes up, but that was a very big concern of mine. He does not change his clothes. He had to smell so bad.
I mean, just in general, you're just gonna look shipwrecked.
Yeah, you don't ever want to not
Maybe
have
like
clothes.
another set of pants or
Yeah,
shoes, I would
just
imagine. You want a backup
underwear?
pair of shoes? Extra socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I was dubious, and now I'm really, really worried.
Yeah. So his friends gathered and family, when he was setting off, he shook their hands and thanked them, and then he walked off backwards.
Well, if you excuse me, I'm off. I mean, that first moment, you're like...
That watch, because usually when someone walks away, they
Yeah.
walk away. They turn and they walk away. But this is a
so much more
slow,
awkward
long,
to be
awkward.
like, all right, well, I'm about to go on the journey now.
Okay. I will see you later.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
I'll miss you.
Okay, bye.
Looking good, gang.
Okay, bye.
See you later now.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay.
Don't go in until you don't see me anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to turn around.
Am I going to hit anything?
No, you're
Does anyone want to come with me to just sort of point out if I'm going to hit anything? Sorry, I don't mean to come back, but I'm thinking maybe I have a person who comes with me to see if I'm going to hit anything.
Yeah, that would a spotter.
Yeah, spotter.
Yeah.
You
No,
down?
I don't want to go.
All right, take care, everybody.
So he was wearing shiny black shoes, a necktie, a homemade suit, one size too large.
I plan on growing.
He's 5'4".
Okay. Okay.
He had the glasses with mirrors and a cane with a buffalo horn handle. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my.
There she blows.
It looks like what I wore to prom.
Yeah.
I mean, if
And a
you're
hat. I
going to
didn't
walk
mention the hat.
around the world,
Yeah.
you don't think shorts?
Shorts. And look at the. I mean, there. Even though it's that time, there's no way there weren't better walking shoes. I mean, those are like.
No, it's just. I mean,
Work
it's
shoes,
like
going to
I'll be
office.
at a wedding in shoes like that, and by the end of the day, I'll be like, I can't handle
Yeah,
this anymore.
they hurt.
He's deciding to walk around the world.
And
in
they
dress
got little
shoes.
heels, little heel dress
And
shoes.
and I was worried the glasses would look crazy, but then you
No.
see him and you go, oh, actually, they just they don't look. He looks insane.
Yeah, he looks insane. So
Oh my god.
he quickly, as soon as he's out of town, a guy stops him, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? What's going on here?"
I'm trying to. Time's kind of a factor for me on it. Do you want to buy a postcard? If not, I have to keep moving.
Well, he talks to the guy and tells him. The guy asked him. The guy's like, "How are you going to make money?" And Plennie says, "Well, I'm selling postcards." And the guy goes, "I'll take one," but he doesn't have postcards yet. So he didn't have them printed yet. So he takes the guy's address in his book, and he's going to mail him one. And the guy pays him.
I am worried that we've already lost the purpose of the mission. He's now already like, I can hang out in town for a little while. I'm getting them printed, and let me send you one. So I said IOU. Now he's a banker. It's like,
So this happens for a while. He's just writing people's names down, taking money, and he's going to send them a postcard. And people are doing it. Sometimes people are. He says, "I'll do it for free." It's charity. He's like, whatever you want to pay. So some people give him $1, and some people get 25 cents, and some people are just, "Can you send me one?" And he goes, "Yeah."
yeah, I guess.
But after a while, he realized, "Oh, I should actually just charge them amount." So he starts charging people 25 cents
Okay.
a cart. Now, people would ask to try out his cane and his glasses, and
It's
he
just
would always say
taking so-
yes.
Oh my God, he's saying yes?
For a while. After a while, he's like,
sure.
I gotta go.
I
gotta
can't.
go."
I have a family. My daughter's furious. My wife doesn't believe in me. By the way, I'm still in Abilene.
It's been 6 days.
It's 6 days. I haven't left. I can still see my wife. She's furious. I
It's-
think I'm actually gonna walk home for the night. I just given somebody postcards for future postcards.
So the idea was he would go into a town and he'd go to the Western Union office, and the guy there would stamp and sign his book with a date and time. And then once that happened, he could walk forward and spend the night in a hotel or whatever. So, and then the next day he would start from the Western Union office walking backwards.
So he is able to break backward character for a while and
Yes.
walk forwards once he's clocking in and out.
He's
Oh, thank God, I can walk forward again.
Yeah, he's clocking out. Well, it's a job to him. He's clocking out.
It's a weird job.
So Dallas doesn't allow people to carry signs, and he had a sign on his back that said "Around the World Backwards." So outside Dallas, he stops at a gas station.
Guy needs a friend. He needs a friend. He needs someone to just be a pal and shoot him straight.
Outside Dallas, he stops at a gas
Walking
station.
around the world backwards. Can you imagine seeing him?
He calls the mayor from a gas station.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. It's me, Plennie. I'm walking backwards. I'm in your town.
And the mayor's like, "What a great idea. It'll be no problem here. You can actually wear your sign here because this is a great idea, what you're doing." And when he arrived, the mayor had sent a cop to the border, and he escorts him through Dallas. Because a giant crowd swells when they see him.
Sure.
People are coming out to look at him.
I would.
Yeah.
I
It's a guy
absolutely
walking
would.
backwards.
I would, and I would go up to him. I'd be like, "Buddy, come on, let me buy you a coffee. Let's talk for a minute."
So
Not a life.
they follow him to the Western Union. He goes inside, and then he comes out walking forwards, and the crowd starts to boo.
But no, I'm out of character. I'm regular. I'm a regular guy now. Come on.
So he explains to the crowd how it works, and then they're like, "Oh, okay."
Sorry,
all
we
right."
booed. We didn't understand your weird quirks and sort of outs.
Yeah, I didn't know because it's a dumb thing, and you're making up your own rules. So I guess it makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's super weird. All of it's really weird.
I think it'd be better if you walked around backwards all the time.
I agree with him. I
Yeah.
think even at night you should walk backwards, and I think you should sleep on your head.
Yeah, but whatever, it's your own thing. I would, okay. It's not as
weird.
good.
Thanks.
Anyway,
Cool sign.
do we clap or what?
I don't know. He owes me 9 postcards.
I don't want one.
I don't either, really. I'm not.
Yeah.
Whole thing seems kind of sad.
Do you have any postcards of the Grand Canyon?
Where's his wife?
So the Dallas Morning News writes up a story about this guy. He finally in Dallas gets postcards printed. He splits them half. He can't afford them, so
Does he have time for tasks like this?
He pays the guy half, and then when he makes enough money, he's going to send money, and the guy will forward them to whatever town he's in. The other half.
Hard to know where he'll be for sure.
Yeah, but
Where do you think you'll be in 2 weeks? That's hard to say.
He's having all his mail forwarded, so he'll go to a town. He'll go to like Dallas and go, "Okay, now I'm here. Can you forward it to whatever Oklahoma City?" And it's all that's what he's doing.
Yeah, no, and it's his only connection to his family. So
Yeah.
probably important, I would imagine.
So he's got the postcards, and he's like, "I got that to cover traveling costs, but I just need a sponsor, and that'll be for my family, to make the money for my family."
Right.
That's what the whole plan is, to get a
Yes,
sponsor
right.
and make the big cash. And then after he's done, he wants to sell a book and become super rich.
Sure.
So he leaves Dallas. He's not always well received in the small town of Allen. He backed into a general store, and an employee started screaming at him.
He backed into.
Yeah, he's walking backwards into the store. He has to walk backwards until he
To
gets
shop.
to Western Union. So if he walks around a store, he's got to walk around a store back or
and
a
he
restaurant.
bumps into
or
a guy.
whatever.
The guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Read the sign, pal. I'm on a bit of a mission."
The employee in the store yelled, quote, "Stop that nonsense and get out of here." And
We don't allow backwards walkers in this store.
So he hustles away, and then as he's walking away, he didn't just hear, he could have seen her because he's walking backwards. A woman comes out of the store and yells at him, "Come back,
So is he
come
running?
back."
He's like, "Oh God, I gotta hustle."
He hustled
I
out.
gotta hustle backwards.
So this woman comes out, and she's the owner of the store, and she's like, "You're the man walking around the world. Come on, come in."
Oh, thank you.
And the guy who yelled at him then buys a postcard.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were the guy walking backwards. I thought you were a guy walking backwards.
In Sherman, when he checked out of his hotel, they told him he didn't have to pay. So people are like, "Oh, taking care of him."
Sure.
He walked 109 miles in his first week.
That's a lot. I mean,
That is a lot.
It is a good amount it's a very good amount for walking backwards. That's a lot.
Now, for the first time in his life, he left the state of Texas. In Oklahoma, papers across the U.S. and in Europe printed pictures of Mr. Plennie Wingo as he walked backwards. So it's
In his one suit.
it is one suit.
How's that suit smelling? Not good.
It's terrible.
Not good.
Yeah. I think he's following. He's just on a highway. So
Aaron,
the
he doesn't
highways-
know where he is. He's following highways.
Yeah, he's just following the highway.
So just gonna take the 95 down to Louisiana and then hopefully get into the
Oh
Pacific.
God, I'm in Oregon.
Oh God. No. No.
How did this happen?
Oh no. I walked 109 miles in the wrong direction backwards.
In Muskogee.
Muskogee.
In Muskogee, I always thought that was in Florida.
Well,
In Muskogee, a man asked him what shoes he wore. Plennie, quote, "It's a good brand, but until some shoe company decides to sponsor me, no one will ever know what kind of shoes I wear."
I like the move.
And the man was like, "Fair enough."
I like the move. I like the move. He's a walking NASCAR.
Yeah.
I like that.
The next day, some teens see him, and they're driving along beside him, and they start yelling at
Hey,
him.
why don't you walk forward, you old piece of shit?
Basically, what tough gig you got, buddy.
All right, you've had your fun, kids. Get moving.
That's basically exactly what it was.
All right, we had a good time. I remember when I was your age and I used to see dreamers and I used to mock them too, but get moving. Come on now. By the way, which way's Oklahoma?
Oh, you're in it.
Oh, thank God.
So one of the loudest kids in the car is challenged by his buddies to keep up with Plennie for a mile. So kid gets out and starts walking beside him backwards.
All right, come on. There's only room for one of us doing this. Come on.
Makes it a half mile and gives up.
See you later, quitter. Which way's China?
The boy, quote, "You can have all the backward walking. I don't want it. I don't want none of your backward walking, mister." So, outside St. Louis.
Good Lord.
So now he's like curving up.
He doesn't know where he's going. He can't see where he's going. He's following highways.
I feel like he's on Route 66.
It's always been a dream of mine to walk it backwards.
Oh, yeah. So outside St. Louis, a car pulls over and two men get out. And
Hey, why don't you try walking forward?
they start chatting. They're talking for a while. They're very nice. And this happens all the time, so it's not unusual. And then one of the guys asks, he asks Plennie if he can carry him a short distance.
Can I carry you? Would you mind getting in my arms and I'll carry you for a little bit? He's pushing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Well, you need a break. I'll walk backwards when I carry you.
No, I need a break, but it's weird.
I'm trying to get publicity by carrying a guy walking backwards across the world. So.
Oh, you should have said that right away. I didn't know you were.
Get in my arms.
Thing. Okay, let's
all right,
climb
here we
up
go.
Oh my God, I feel like a baby.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, this is nice.
You know, I should get a Bjorn for you.
Oh,
we could do one of those
I would
things.
love that. Can I nurse?
Yes, please have.
Where do I do that?
The penis seems good.
I gotta go.
Okay.
So when he asks him if he can carry him, Plennie says, quote, "I don't know what your point is, but if you promise not to harm me, I guess it'll be okay."
God. He's like a circus animal.
So the man scoops him up.
What is with this guy?
This
guy's got a really weird little dream.
He carries him the way a groom would carry a bride, right? Across the threshold. Kind of. And he carries him about 20 feet, and then he turns around and comes back and puts him down.
So he's like, I thought you were going to advance me. It's like, nah, you're right back where you started.
And
I don't
then-
want you to have an asterisk next to your walk around the world backwards goal.
And then the guy lifts up his pant legs.
His pant legs or Plennie's pant legs?
No, his own pant
Okay.
legs. And reveals that he has two prosthetic legs.
Oh, wow, okay.
And he's a rep for a prosthetics company and said if Plennie loses a leg on the journey, he'd help him get a new one.
Wink, wink. You willing to play the game? What a crazy offer. Plennie, we would love to sponsor you with our prosthetic legs. There's nothing's going to stand in the way other than the two real legs you're using. We'd like to get rid of them.
We're going to cut off one of your legs.
We want to cut off.
Put one of these bad boys on there and see how far you get.
I like the insinuation, too, like, if an accident were to find your calf, if you catch my drift.
So Plennie thanks him. He's like, wow, that's really nice.
It's a really crazy offer.
He goes on his way. When he gets to St. Louis, people are looking for him. They're waiting. They know he's coming to St. Louis.
Right.
They'd read about him, and he feels like a big deal when he gets there. People are
Sure.
like, oh, it's the walking backwards guy.
Hey, something to do today.
But he still needs a sponsor.
Right.
And back home, his brother and father, they've started picking cotton to make money because things are so bad.
He's not going to cut his leg off, is he?
And Della's letters are seeming very distant.
David, you do not take a cut your leg off offer.
He promised her he would turn this into a fortune. He's promising his wife this is going to be our fortune. St. Louis is the shoe manufacturing center of the world.
Okay.
So he goes to every shoe company in St. Louis.
Okay.
Nobody's interested.
That's crazy to me.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's totally
This
because the mission is absolutely stupid.
Yes.
But the plan of getting publicity out of it clearly works.
Clearly works.
Yeah,
And he
so-
could say, I'm wearing
and he would
Nikes,
be, yeah.
and everywhere he went, and people would be like, oh, it's the Nike
Yeah,
wearing
it's the
guy.
Air Moron.
100% would totally work. So while he's there, he meets this. It's a lonely rich guy. It's a rich guy. His family left him a long time ago, but he's super rich.
Hello.
Plennie stays in his mansion.
You stay here with me.
We are friends.
All I have are rooms. Do you want to hang out with an old man who loves your walking backwards? You can walk sideways here. I won't tell.
I need a Smithers.
Hello.
So the guy takes him all over. He takes him to his first professional baseball game.
This is the baseball game.
Oh, the Cardinals beat the Giants in that one. Fuck you, Aaron.
Hell yeah.
And they go to a speakeasy. He just takes them all over. He's just paying for them, and they're having a good time.
Let's get drunk.
And
You're
then-
the best friend I've had since my family left. What an odd duo, eh? Who'd have thunk it? An old rich man alone.
No, yeah.
And a guy who has crazy glasses with mirrors walking backwards around the world in one suit with a Bible and postcards.
Yeah, you tell you what, I gotta go. Okay, I just gotta take off.
I need someone to wash my behind.
I really gotta go.
Backwards. But wash it backwards, then you can do
it's
it.
It's not a thing.
Oh, we had a great time.
I mean,
We are best
up until a point. Then
friends.
No.
You know what? I'm coming with you.
No.
I'll follow you.
No, you're good. You got
We
the
got
St.
this.
Louis wrapped up.
I'll drive it.
We're not driving.
I'll get on your back. We'll do it together like we always do. The
We've
duo.
never done it.
Plennie and Gramps. Back at it again. We're doing it one more time.
Oh, no. I can't.
I'll tell you one thing, Plennie. I'm getting a little too old for this shit.
I am.
I'm kidding, though. I want to do it.
No, you
I
shouldn't.
Come on.
You'll die.
I'm dying now.
I gotta go.
I have days left.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, when he leaves, the guy gives him an envelope. And he goes, only open this when you're really desperate.
Okay, I'll open it right now. And I'm desperate.
And he leaves St. Louis. He gets in East St. Louis, and an angry cop storms up to him. Quote, "You can't walk backwards here."
Cops. Come on, cops. Would you be chill for once? You can't walk. Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Come on. I got a 419. We got a guy walking backwards. He shouldn't be. Got beard glasses.
We ain't this kind of fucking town, buddy.
Hey, you want you walking backwards? Why don't you go back to St. Louis? You're in East St. Louis now, jagoff.
So Plennie explains to him what he's doing. He goes, it's a whole thing I'm doing. And the cop's like, look, you might get hurt.
Look.
I'm not letting you do it.
What the Look, I know you've been walking backwards for a while now. You're lucky you ain't gotten hurt.
Your fucking dream's over, kid.
All right, now walk forwards home.
So Plennie picks up a rock,
Uh-huh.
and he draws a line on the sidewalk with it. And then he walks to City Hall and talks to the police chief. And the chief just laughs because the chief's like, I've been reading about you in the papers. I know who you are. And the police chief writes him a note saying he can walk backwards anywhere in East St. Louis. And then Plennie goes back to the place where he drew the line and starts walking backwards again. And then the cop sees him.
Hey!
Hey, we talked about this.
I tell you, one more time, you're going to jail the right way.
You city fuck!
You city folk think you can come here walking backwards.
So he starts screaming at him. He runs over and grabs him by the collar and starts shaking him. And he's like, "You're not walking backwards in my town." And Plennie takes out the note and shows him. And the cop's like, "All right, go ahead."
Here, other officers, let this guy walk backwards, chief. Wow, that's pretty airtight.
And the cop says, quote, "All right, go ahead and break your fool neck for all I care." And then he lets him go.
Thank you.
The next day, the St. Louis Star printed the story about his run-in with the cop. It's just so...
It would have been great if he had to run away from the cop. Jeez, this isn't easy. This isn't easy. This isn't easy.
So he goes to Chicago. His aunt lives in Chicago, so that's why he's going there. Because it's way out of the way.
No, but Dave, when you have family, you have to stop by or it's rude. Whether you're driving, flying, or walking backwards on foot.
I mean, he essentially, he went east a little bit and then just went north.
No, it absolutely makes no sense.
So as he's walking to Chicago through Illinois, a patrolman stops him, highway patrol, and says there's a law against walking backwards on Illinois roads.
How is there a law?
No, there isn't. They just it's not a law. It's not a thing.
It's just like there's no way it's happened before.
No, never.
Yeah, this is the first.
And the cop gives him a warning and says, quote, "Don't let me catch you on again.
You better be walking forwards if I see you again.
I see you again, kid. You better be walking forward.
How many
or
times
it's over
you
for you."
Look, you go to a lot of towns. You can walk forward. You can walk backwards. You're in Chicago. It's too windy.
I put a lot of guys in the clink for this shit.
I've seen some of the best minds of my generation killed by walking backwards, and I'm not going to go through that again.
You know how this Capone guy started?
Backwards?
That's right.
It was backwards.
Al Capone was a backward. He was called Backwards Capone at the beginning.
Yeah. They called him Enopoc.
That's right.
It was backwards.
Yeah.
I got to go.
Yep, we're taking off.
I'm not good at these things.
So he gets to his aunt's. He gets to his aunt's house.
Hey,
in
I'm
Chicago.
crazy. Hi, Aunt Grace.
He's exhausted, but she's like, I'm inviting over a reporter. So she has a reporter come over from the Chicago Daily News, and he's like, I got a pitch. Newsreels. We want to make a newsreel about you walking backwards.
Great.
So they film it. It's just him in different places, Chicago.
Walking backwards. Wrigley Field.
And he watches himself.
Michigan Street.
He watches himself on June 25th in a movie theater before the movie. He watches the newsreel. And now he's like, I'm definitely getting a sponsor now.
Has
This
to.
shit is blowing up.
Has to.
Blowing up. And he needed it because Della has stopped writing back to him.
Okay. Well, she might just not know the address where he's walking.
No, everything is getting forwarded.
I know.
Oh,
It's still crazy.
I know. Again, no one in Chicago wants to sponsor him.
Crazy.
He keeps notes on people he speaks to, just the random people he's running into. Like he meets C.G. Warwick, who had a big two-wheel bicycle that was really fun. Mm-hmm. In Indiana, he met farmer T.M. Forrester, and they had a, quote, tree discussion.
I get why his wife's pissed. He's not hustling. There's no hustle. He's talking about trees to strangers.
In Ohio, he spoke to Thomas McGorvey, who had been, quote, convicted for manslaughter.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. That's what he's doing. He's just walking backwards, and people stop and talk to him, and he writes.
Manslaughter, huh? I'm going to stop for a minute. That's interesting.
Tell me about that.
Tell me about how you killed the fella.
Outside of Canton, Ohio, he's walking and he's looking at the traffic, and he steps into a hole.
It's about goddamn time.
From the sound, he knew instantly his ankle was broken.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Doc, set the foot going the other way if you can. It'll be really good.
Yeah, just turn it around.
Break the other one and then turn it the other way, too. Please.
Can you do the whole leg? The man stops and asks if he needs an ambulance, and Penny's like, Penny's like, I can't afford it.
I have to
Just
walk.
Leave me. Leave me.
Oh, so it's good, nice to hear that like America's been consistent in some ways.
There's nothing ever changes.
That the first thing you worry about when you get hurt is don't call an ambulance.
Oh God, no! I'd rather die here.
Somebody don't call 911.
So the guy called the sheriff, and they take him to a hospital. And he gets taken to Mercy Hospital, which is run by nuns. And they treat him, and they let him stay there for free until he heals, which is 3 weeks.
That's his
Because he's the guy walking backwards.
Yeah, I get it. But his wife is just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's over, right? She's already remarried.
Well, so he's ready to go again.
Right.
And he starts walking. He doesn't start walking. He leaves the hospital. He goes back to the hole, and he steps in it, and then starts walking backwards again.
Damn. It's like a golfer. Like, no, I don't cheat.
Well, he's worried that someone's going to catch him.
Right. But the idea that someone is watching him this closely.
No one's.
Yeah.
So he's heading east. He's very worried that Della's not riding him back.
Yes.
And
I think I might need to walk home for a minute.
And he gets to West Virginia. He starts running out of money because people in West Virginia are just basically driving by him and yelling at him to get out of the fucking road.
Nice.
And no one's buying his postcards.
Nice.
So he opens the envelope.
Okay.
$20.
Okay.
And that keeps him, he was going to have to sleep on the road that night.
Okay.
So that keeps him from sleeping on the road.
All right.
And then he bumps into a guy.
You feel like it's worth it, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. Just checking in.
A dream?
Yeah.
Are a man's dreams worth it? Is that what you're asking?
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Very unfair. Very unfair.
So he bumps into a guy who
literally
is selling liquid sulfur cure. So it's a liquid. It's like one of those many concoctions that people are selling.
Right. Makes your nipples hard, gives you hair on your dick, all the things you need.
Oh, wait.
Turns your feet backwards, makes your wife love you.
Oh, that one.
Makes your family forget you tried to walk backwards around the world for a year and a quarter.
I want that one too.
Gives you normal-looking glasses, and it lets your suit not smell like horse shit.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Well, then you're going to want this Dual Tonic right here. It's all in one.
So he pays Plennie $25 to walk around town wearing an ad board for his cure. So he makes money. That's a lot of money.
Sure.
So he's got like $45.
Okay.
And he starts writing in his journal all the things he could do with his money, including sending it to Della and his daughter.
Sure.
But he says he got, quote, stuck at a resort in Breezewood, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh. So in a way, he doesn't want to go home.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's a road comic making up gigs.
Yes, he is. Yeah, no, I'm going to be in Delaware.
It's an unadvertised feature
Delagon.
spot.
I'm going to be in Delagon doing a show.
We're doing the Delagong Improv.
Yeah.
Real
It's
big.
a good gig.
Could be great. Don't look it up in any way.
No,
ever.
it's not. It's off the map.
Yeah.
Secret.
Yep. Secret. So did you not know about secret states?
Secret town.
The
Secret
United
state.
States is actually 61 states.
That's right.
A bunch of them are shushers.
There's only one's just for comedians.
Yep. That's what I'm going to. Delagong.
So he's at this resort and he gets a letter from Della.
Okay.
She's not written him now in 50 days.
Okay. Quite a long time when you're alone walking backwards.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm sick of your dumb project. I'm barely getting by. Your plan's not going to work. And you need to come home now. His daughter also writes a letter and says mom's losing weight and she's in bad
Nice.
health. And
That's
it's-
good to hear. Sounds like things are going great at home. Anyway, I'll just continue on with my normal dream. Glad everything's working out great there. I got stuck in a resort, if you'll believe that. What a nightmare.
Pictures. Send pictures of mom in this hot new look.
Mom's gaunt. All right.
I love Gaunt.
I love gaunt.
That's my thing. So the daughter basically is like, this is your fault.
How is this my fault? The nerve! You don't talk to your father like that. What did I do? I've been passive in this whole situation.
You left us and walked backwards.
In a lot of ways, it felt like the house you lived in walked backwards and left me.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Now, I think we're all saying the same thing.
No, we're
Keep
not.
going.
Not at all.
I will.
We're saying the opposite.
I'll finish this.
We're saying,
I'll see you in Greece.
come home now. Your marriage is on the line.
I can't. I have a mission. This mission chose me, fam. Chose me.
So he.
By the way, do you guys need a tonic elixir?
No, all
it's an
good.
all-in-one.
No, I heard.
Makes your nipples hard,
Nope.
puts hair on your dick.
Nope.
Okay.
So Plennie is absolutely devastated by these letters.
But what does he expect?
I don't know.
I mean, it didn't feel like he had support when he left.
No, he didn't. He did not.
It's like what he expects it to go. Like they're gonna get. They're gonna get more into it.
I do think he expected a sponsor and he would be able to send him money
Right.
and they'd be like, yeah.
And probably maybe even expects bigger press and.
Yeah, and I'm surprised.
And he's getting a good amount.
He is getting a
Yeah.
very good amount. And I think we're both surprised he didn't get a sponsor. at this
Yes,
point.
I am
Like,
surprised.
So he gets the letters, he's devastated, and then he sets off and walks backwards toward Washington, D.C. Just a
capital.
man, just a man walking slowly down the road crying.
Yeah, crying, just like, I love him. I miss him. I just wish.
When I get to the end, they're gonna love me. They'll be so proud of
totally
me.
what he's thinking.
Incredible Hulk theme.
Incredible theme, yes. So, in Delaware, a cop yelled at him for walking backwards
Of course, in Delaware.
as he left the town the
Got
next day.
nothing else to do.
As he left town the next
Probably
day,
one cop.
A different cop yelled, "Quote: Get out of town! We don't allow folks like you here."
Oh my God!
Goddamn freak!
He's experiencing walkism.
You're gonna ruin our kids.
We don't like seeing you kind of walking around here. Excuse me, fella, you look like you might be lost. Actually, I'm incredibly lost. I have no clue where I am.
I've been walking backwards, so I don't
Where's
know where
your
I'm going.
highway? I'm trying to do a highway.
I
Steve.
keep looking at this map and then walking backwards and not knowing what in the fuck is happening.
Have you ever tried to follow a map while walking backwards?
No.
No gimme.
No gimme.
No gimme.
No gimme. So he gets to New York.
Unbelievable.
He walked all the way to New York.
And now it's time for the underwater walk.
So
And the fish are like, get out of this ocean. We don't allow backwalkers on here.
So he knows a guy in New York because a guy he went to high school with left the town and now works at the St. Regis Hotel in New York.
Okay.
So fancy fucking hotel.
Sure.
And the guy's like, you can stay with me because I guess he's
But you gotta
lives
walk
in the hotel.
forwards. Just in the hotel.
Jesus Christ, can you just please? So he stays with him and they start looking up all the shoe manufacturers in New York. No one will sponsor him.
feel like he's blacklisted or something.
I feel
like
like
Big Shoe's working against him.
I wonder if they meet him and there's something off.
Explain what that could be. A man who smells terrible with backwards glasses? What do you think is the red flag they see? What? I'm very curious what you would think the problem would be.
Oh, I gotta check my wife.
Check your wife.
That she's stuck in an airport.
Oh, which one?
She's in line between two Gen Zers who are yelling at their parents because they aren't going to make their connections. Yelling, "This whole thing was Mom's idea."
Oh, yes.
She's 100% getting stuck in Denver. Okay, cool.
Oh, I was just there. Great. Tell her to go look at the crazy shit. Tell her to go to Terminal B.
Oh, yeah. So they're trying all these. I mean, there's a million places in New York, and just no success. He also needs money to get on.
It'd be great if like a platform shoe or a high heel company was like, "We're interested." You'd be like, no,
ladies' high heel shoes.
sounds a little tough. I guess I'll give it a shot.
Have you heard of stripper shoes?
I'll try. This is adding months. Ow! I re-broke it.
He also needs a ticket to get on a ship to go to Europe. He doesn't have enough money to get on a ship. So the Brooklyn Eagle writes a story about him and said he was trying to get to England. Still, nobody comes forward. And he starts thinking about giving up. He's like, is this dream
Sometimes
happening?
I feel like this dream is just crazy. Isn't that nuts? Because it's not.
No, it's an amazing dream. I wouldn't give up.
It's a
on
good
this.
dream.
Yeah, it's the best dream. Some people are like, I want to be a professional basketball player. Some people are like, oh my God, what if I was an actor?
Everyone's
making
doing
movies?
that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Everyone's doing that. Or someone's like, I want to be the best cowboy, or there's all kinds of dreams. Some guys are just like, hey, I want to be a good janitor, or really solid dreams. But you're just like, I want to,
do something that
dumb,
seems
like
so
that no one,
cool.
everyone thinks is dumb.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
everyone's
you're
really
fucking
impressed
idiot.
with it.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. They're looking at me going like, there's the guy that gets it and
moron.
is right on the money.
Yeah,
and is doing it
dumb
right.
as
Amazing.
I didn't know
Plenty.
anyone could be this dumb.
Call him Plenty because he's got plenty of good
Plenty of
ideas.
just shit for brains.
Pretty good. His brains are good. Agreed.
Yeah, it's not-
got good brains.
it's not great.
Yep, great stuff.
Okay.
Happy to hear it. Back.
So he feels bad that he's living with his buddy in the hotel. So he gets a job in a cafeteria and takes a room in a boarding house.
Dave, I did not think there would be job breaks.
I didn't either, but there are.
I guess I gotta work. I gotta work in a cafe for a year.
I got a wife and a kid, but this is better.
I'm interning at Rolling Stone. I'm not sure what's happening, but I will get back to it. I swear to God, hon.
And then one day he meets a guy named Alexander Schwartz, and they start talking, and Plenty tells him about his situation. Quote, he says, I've tried about everything I can think of except maybe walking around the Empire State Building. And then Schwartz yells, That's it!
You genius! You've cracked it!
Schwartz knows a guy who works at the Empire State Building, and he's like, I can get you on the roof. Plenty would walk around the top while a wire is holding him so he doesn't fall off. And no one down below can see it.
Literal nightmare.
No one down below can see it. And then everyone on the street will cheer, and they'll sell ads to this event. They'll make money. So they go down to the Empire State Building. They tell the guy the idea. The guy just laughs. He takes them up there, and it's so windy. There's no way. You cannot do it. It's like completely physically impossible. So then Schwartz go, hey, what about the
What if you die doing it?
Yeah, what if you...
Then we get a coffin sponsor.
And on the way down, we'll be like, this is one of the first guys to fall backwards to his death.
Yeah.
So he's like, what about the Hirsch Tower in Elizabeth, New Jersey? It's 14 stories.
Okay.
Right? So they go and they look at it and they're like, yeah, let's do it. The building's like, yeah, you can do that. So they start looking for sponsors in Elizabethtown. All the businessmen seem to know Schwartz and not like Schwartz.
Interesting.
But they agree they'll sponsor it only if they pay afterwards. They're not going to pay him before. Not a red flag. Did you say it was red flag?
I'm still processing, but if I were a computer, my pinwheel would be spinning.
Yes. So he walks around Elizabeth backwards Elizabethtown. Is it Elizabethtown or Elizabeth?
I think he said Elizabeth.
I think it's just Elizabeth.
Oh.
Whatever. So he walks around the town backwards with an advertising board on that he's going to do this event.
Right.
Crowd gathers.
Sure.
Gets up on the roof. Starts walking backwards. Now, it has like architectural things that come up and block the way of the walkway. So
he's got like little things to worry about?
So he's got to walk backwards, and then when he gets to them, the whole crowd gasps. And then he has to climb over it backwards. And every time he got over one, they would all cheer. And then he walks the complete walk.
Imagine giving him an iPhone.
The crowd goes fucking bananas.
Uh-huh.
They're just like, this is amazing.
I can picture.
Holy shit, they have to invent television. They have to invent television.
We need something to do.
So
ridiculous.
And then he's done, and Schwartz is gone.
Good.
And so he waits for Schwartz. A dinner they're supposed to have. He doesn't show up. He doesn't come to the hotel. Next day, he goes to see the businessman. Schwartz already collected the money.
Great. Okay, good. Well, there we go. That's good. That worked out great.
$86.
Great. Didn't need that. So that's cool.
Plennie realizes he's been scammed. He's really bummed.
Sure.
He's like, well, I can get something out of this. I'll go to Hearst Tower and ask the manager for a letter of endorsement. Like, this guy does a good job with his backward
This guy is,
walking.
if I was ever going to hire someone who just walked backwards, it would no doubt be this guy.
This is the guy.
There's two
And of
others.
all
There's two others that
Oh,
are
yeah.
great.
Randy's really good.
Randy's unbelievable.
Yeah. I would do
I'd
Randy,
go with Randy.
actually.
I'd go with Randy.
Yeah,
I'd go with Randy.
Yeah. So as he gets into the top of the building, and there's Schwartz.
Okay.
And Schwartz runs into another office and hides for a while, and then
Easy to outrun a guy walking backwards.
He's not walking backwards.
Oh, okay. He's like, I'll get you. I'm ready. But he's probably like atrophied now. He's like, I don't know how to go forward.
Yeah. No, I think when he walked forward, it was weird.
Ow! Owie!
So he waits in the stairwell because he knows that Schwartz will probably try to escape down the stairwell, and he does, and he beats the shit out of Schwartz. He's
It
just
seems so out of character.
I know, totally out of character. He's just punching and punching.
He's
him.
not just punching Schwartz. He's punching his decision making. He's punching the no shoe sponsors.
His wife.
He's punching his wife's anger towards him.
He lost the restaurant.
The disappointment of his daughter. The loss of his restaurant.
Schwartz must be old because he punches Schwartz's dentures out.
Well, Dave, he's old.
And finally, Schwartz is like, the money's all gone. I don't have any of the money.
Good.
He reaches in his pocket. He takes out $6 crumpled dollars. That's all he has left. Plennie starts hitting him again. Schwartz runs, and he makes it out to the sidewalk and flags down a street cop. And then Plennie is arrested for aggravated assault.
Just took a dark turn.
Yeah.
Just took a dark turn. Okay.
Can you cuff me in the front? Because the way I do this...
It will be my back if you think about it. Please do it that way.
It's my back.
It's technically my back.
Front's the back.
Please.
So he gets put in jail. Then all the local businessmen who hate Schwartz, they hear, and they come and they bail him out.
Oh, okay. They're like, thanks for beating the shit out of that guy.
Basically. And then they go to a hearing, and at the hearing, Schwartz is suing Plennie for his dentures, which he never got back. The dentures were knocked out. And
Yeah, but he had $80.
right. And the judge is like, okay, fuck you. No one's getting fined. You both just get out of here. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It does sound like a people's court case. It's like, it's on the level of insanity that I would expect it to be either on like Judge Judy or Greg Mathis. Like, it's not a regular case.
not.
It's like, the defendant is suing the backwards walking man for denture assault in a stairwell.
So he now heads for Boston because someone had told him of a shoe sole making company that might sponsor him there.
Okay.
And he goes through Providence, and in Providence, there's a letter waiting for him at the post office.
His wife?
It's from Della.
I've got a good feeling.
Yes, she wants a divorce.
Why? What about this doesn't work for her?
I don't know.
Why is she so difficult?
Women are so selfish when it comes to...
Support a dream, would you?
Thank you! I can't do this without you, Della!
I asked if you wanted to walk backwards around the world with me, and you said that was crazy, too.
So he signs the divorce papers, and he keeps moving on.
Man, can you imagine being single on this journey?
Oh, shit.
Look out.
Hello.
Talk about
Lady pile.
Backward banging.
So he's now wearing shorts.
Other picture, Della.
No, that's not Della. So he starts wearing shorts,
Okay.
which the Boston Globe,
Boy, somebody's single.
which the Boston Globe called "quote sawed-off knee pants."
What they'd never heard of shorts?
It's the best.
They'd never
It
heard of
doesn't
shorts.
matter. It's the best.
Should I wear pants or my sawed-off knee shorts to the beach? Does anyone have any thoughts? Just let me know. Sawed-off.
Now his legs. So his calves are basically on the front.
My God, yes.
Yeah, like literally
He's
his
built up that area.
that muscle is
right.
enormous,
And his
there's
calves
the
are
back,
like,
and
ow.
the back is nothing comparatively.
Right. Yeah, he's like, I mean, he's developing like.
Excuse me, freak coming through.
Yeah.
Freak, put some goddamn pants on. You're scaring the children. The dogs are scared of you.
These are sawed-off pants.
Jesus Christ, this is all crazy. So he gets to the guy at the shoe company in Boston, and the guy's
Hi.
like, I can't.
Well, I walked quite a distance backwards for this meeting.
Yeah, it's not something.
I would really love you to reconsider. I've walked so
I would,
far.
but your legs are upsetting in a way that I've never thought. Like
They're fine.
I want to throw up. But
I'm built like
also,
a deer. Relax.
I don't want to calf shame, but you're fucked. You're fucked up. You're
What?
fucked. You're a
But
fucked
look at
up
the front
man.
of my legs.
You should not be.
Look
wearing,
at the front of my legs.
You should not be wearing shorts or sawed-off pants.
They're sawed-off pants.
You shouldn't be wearing sawed-off knee pants.
Well, I mean, I don't know what. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Whoopsie.
Well.
but
Why is
what
one of your feet actually turned the wrong way?
that was they reset it the wrong. I'm evolving in a way that's different.
It's not good for business.
It's not bad for business. What I'm suggesting
Yeah.
here is that you have a one-of-a-kind model here with me. And what I am pitching is that we get into the shoe biz. You got souls, I got goals. Let's do this.
I don't want to.
Let's start from the top again.
Okay, from the top is I would like to not let you in my office.
You
'cause
wouldn't say that.
I cannot.
You'd
it
let
is
me in.
So hard for me to accept what has happened with
Hi,
your calves.
I'm Plenty.
Are those even calves anymore?
They're
What do you call them?
leg parts. They're back legs. They're the back legs.
That's not back legs. It's a front.
I have fraps.
It's a front
I have
muscle.
a front calf. It's a fraff.
It's not. It's
It
awful.
is. Have you never seen a guy who looks like he has his butt up front?
No.
Oh, well, you got to meet my friend Reg. He's got front butt.
Jesus Christ.
I wanted him to come with me.
I feel like I feel like this should less be about us advertising with you and more about getting you into a mental hospital.
What shoe would I wear there? That's what I'm saying. Let's join
Not ours.
forces.
We're not. I know a banana company because you're going bananas.
I'm going through a divorce. So,
After that one, I took a sip.
yeah, my wife has some
Smarts.
issue with.
Yeah, she's a smart lady.
I've been gone about a year.
Yeah.
I'm still in America. So,
Barely.
6 more to go.
So, but the guy at the shoe company, he's like, we got a shipping guy. Maybe he can help you get on a ship to England. So,
Would have been good to plan some of this.
so on January 12th, 1932, the guy calls him up and he goes, I can get you to Europe, but it's going to be Germany. And he's like, okay.
That's fine. I'll walk there.
So on January 12th, 1932, he gets on the Seattle Spirit ship and he's headed for Hamburg, Germany.
Very quickly, is he trying to do the most land possible, or
I
at
think
this
so.
point he's just sort of like whatever I can get?
Most land possible.
Okay.
So when he gets on board, he comes on board and he says to the crew, quote, hello, everybody, here I am. Bad idea. But the seamen are like, yeah. The crew already knew he was getting passage as a favor. Ship steward doesn't like it. Nobody likes it.
But also think of how crazy he looks. He's
Yeah.
got that weird zoot suit
Oh,
on,
he's
and
out
now
of
he's
his
wearing
fucking
shorts.
mind.
He's got his fraffs,
Yeah. The glasses, the whole
crazy
thing
glasses,
is just out of,
and then he announces himself. It's like, yeah, dude, we know it's you.
Yeah.
We knew it was you when we saw you walking backwards up the ramp to the ship. Guess who's here? It's me, backwards guy. Is anyone on the ship? I can't
Who wants
see.
a weirdo in their cabin?
Hello.
So the steward tells him he has to squeegee 14 cabins. And
Excuse me?
That's going to take like days and days and days. Like he's got to squeegee 14 cabins. So The first day he gets really seasick. He's in his bunk vomiting for 4 days, but the steward's still making him get up and work.
He's got more to
So
squeeze.
he was squeegeeing and then vomiting where he squeegeed, and then
That's
like,
tough
it's
for business.
Yeah.
Just like that'd be like watching a window washer just throwing up on the windows he's cleaning. Oh no, food poison.
During that time, as he's laying there sick, one of the crew comes in and he starts talking to him, and he's being really nice, caring, you know. And at one point, Plennie tells the guy, he goes, I was told I wouldn't have to work that much on this trip, and now I'm having to work all the time. And that guy was just a snitch. He was the steward's assistant. He goes to tell the steward. Steward is fucking livid.
So he's complaining?
Yeah, and he tells Plennie, you're going to work 8-hour days every single day until you get off this goddamn ship.
No.
And the steward just like hates him more and more every day. And then one day he goes, look, I might not release you. When we get to Germany, I might not let you go.
What?
And then Plennie goes to the captain. He goes, is that something that can happen? And the captain's like, yeah. If he,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can live here forever if we want you to. So, did you not know that
That's
part?
a ship. Did you not know ship rules?
Yeah, the whole thing is that if we choose to have ownership over you, we can.
Yeah, it's like slavery. So we're doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So-
Anyway.
Hey, you walked really far, though.
Why? Yeah, you had a good run.
All right.
When they land in Hamburg, Germany, the steward's like, I'm going to Italy. It's like 20 some odd days or something. And he puts his assistant in charge of Plennie. They have Plennie's passport. So he needs his
So
passport.
they do have him by the balls.
Yeah. And he's like, he gives him a job to do. He's like, you got to do all this work before you can go. And he tells the guy, only give it to Plennie when he's done with his work. So he's working like crazy. And after all these days, he finally gets his passport back.
Okay.
Now, while he was working, he found some lye.
Okay.
And once he gets his passport back, he had taken some of the lye. And he goes into the steward's cabin before he leaves the ship, and he puts the lye in his bed.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
The irony.
and then he gets off the ship and he finds a boarding room in town, avoiding the hotel in the area where he knows the crew is staying.
Yeah, of course.
Stewart comes back that night,
Oh, I'm just going to have a lie down.
takes a shower,
Oh, good. I want to get nice and clean before I get into bed.
and then gets into bed and starts fucking screaming.
Ah, yeah.
Skin is burning.
Oh, what a
He's losing his shit.
Crazy move.
He knew right away who had done it.
I've got my passport. I guess I'm just going to chemically burn the captain.
And he goes looking. He goes looking for Plennie because he's going to kill Plennie. And
That's purely a revenge move. He could have just snuck off the ship.
no, but the
I mean, he was done, basically.
The steward was being a fucking monster. So
Yes, but I mean, you could have just walked
Yes,
away.
he could have
this,
left.
This was a
Yes.
like, I don't like you. I do like that he's beating people and he's making lie beds.
yeah, he's definitely getting a little. He's finding his courage.
Yes.
It's like the lion and the
Yes.
yeah. Is it the lion that gets his courage?
The lion gets his courage. He's the
What is
cowardly lion.
What does the clown get?
The clown,
His ass?
the clown was murdered in the first
Oh, the
act.
clown was murdered
The clown was
by the
murdered in the
monkeys.
first act by the
Yeah.
monkeys. They just ravage him.
Right, the underground monkey.
Yeah, I've never seen Clown Meat.
Yeah,
but that was
That's-
pretty good.
Yeah.
I would love to watch a movie where monkeys rip a clown apart.
Make it happen. So he goes to his boarding room and he just stays in there. And the steward's out looking for him in Hamburg. They finally have to like drag the steward back on the ship. They're like, you can't, because he's like thinking about just staying in Hamburg. And
I'm
letting
gonna
the ship
actually live
go
here to kill him.
and Kill him.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm gonna live here to kill him.
And then after a few days, he goes to the harbor, sneaks around to make sure the ship's gone. It is. And he starts walking backwards.
The idea that he's like, It's like, dude, yeah, you're kind of a psychopath, it turns out. So what's the deal? All right. Well, that was a little breather and unpause.
Because he had to start from the dock.
Yes, of course.
You get it.
You know,
Rules!
he's made a lot of rules.
I've made up rules for
Yes.
my magic
Like
walk.
This person who's been following him has also followed him to Hamburg.
He found out about what happened with the lie and all that because one of the guys on the ship wrote him a letter and the crew loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good last prank.
So the Germans were interested in the walking backwards man on the street. They're all gathering around. And
how to weaponize him.
it's crazy. Look at this.
Could be a bomb.
Pretty soon a reporter starts asking him questions.
What's the deal? Why do you do this?
Why you walk backwards?
Seems very crazy and bad.
Americans insane, yeah. So he goes to the American embassy, tells them what he's doing. They're like, oh, that's cool. They give him 2 cartons of cigarettes and wish him luck.
Hey, it's pretty stupid. Here's some smokes.
He goes to a German police station because he doesn't
He's
want.
smoking? Everyone smokes.
Yeah, I think so.
He's just walking backwards smoking.
I know. He goes to or he sold them maybe. I don't know, but I think he's smoking. I think everybody smokes. I think it's the law.
It's just a crazy
What do you want? Camels, Marlboros?
Whatever. My life's not really a life anymore. So, I don't know. Whatever you want.
So he goes to the German police station because he just doesn't want any trouble in
Right. He wants to
Hamburg.
make sure. Yes, he's been
And
paraded before.
he just wants a clear walk
Yeah.
through Germany. And so they have a little meeting, they talk about it, and they go, it's not safe. We don't like this idea. So he whips out his glasses, and he throws them on, and he walks around the station to the front door, zigzagging between
Look at what I can do.
desks. And like,
Whoop.
when he gets to the door, the whole police station breaks into applause.
It's just not what you would. It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel German.
No. You have somehow warmed our hearts and changed our minds.
I feel alive!
We didn't know that you were such an adept angler.
So that's it. He's off across
You
Germany.
zig, you zag.
I zagged.
Very.
Yeah, so he's just walking across Germany now. He's meeting people. Everyone's very kind, and they're helping him. There's not really hotels. It's not really a thing, so he needs help from strangers.
Would
They
you
give him
invite
food.
this smelly, backwards walking?
It just seems like back then, a lot of people let a lot of other people stay in their house.
Yeah. No, these leave doors open. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So, so they're giving him food. They're letting him stay for the night. Communication very hard, right?
Sure, yes. Well,
So he's usually using pantomime or charades to communicate with people that he needs a place
Cut
to
off
stay.
pantomime.
And then he's walking around the world backwards.
so me, American. American.
Okay,
And
yeah.
my wife,
Yeah.
not supportive.
Yeah.
Huge asshole.
Yeah. Finger
And-
off.
yes.
Finger come off.
No, well, the ring comes
yeah.
up. And then I'm walking
Yeah.
the wrong way backwards.
Oh, okay.
Around the world, you know, this whole thing's the world.
Yes,
whole thing's the world.
Yes, he's walking in circles.
No, around the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm walking backwards.
Uh-huh.
Around the. I need to sleep.
He's tired. He's
Yeah, I need to sleep
he's a
here
tired one, yeah.
and eat. No, some of your
He
German
wants porridge
food. Yes, some of your porridge. Yes.
in the bears.
Yeah, no bears. Sorry, someone said bears, which is alarming.
The three.
Oh, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. I need a porridge at whatever temperature because I'm going
He's jogging. He's
this way backwards.
He likes to exercise.
Yeah, and I have one suit. I smell like shit.
He needs to go poop.
No. I smell like I pooped.
He needs to make boom boom.
I smell like I made boom boom because of my suit.
He wants to shit in his shirt.
No. It smells like I shit in my shirt. I didn't, but it smells. Smell me. Ooh.
He's awful.
Yes. Bad. Yes. Bad.
He
Yes.
likes the smell of his own.
Actually, I'm sorry. I did shit my pants. I just realized I actually did shit my pants. I'm sorry. I did shit.
He has medical problem.
I did shit my pants.
Unable to hold within himself his shit.
Yeah, sure. I shit my pants. Just say I shit my pants. Must be a thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, do I live here for a couple days?
Please go away. Yeah?
Okay. Well, that's a lot of energy I just expounded on my pitch for you to just tell me to go away.
Yeah.
You were very positive when it came to the porridge and stuff, and now it's.
I think France more for you.
It's really far. I'm walking backwards. I'm not walking forwards.
You
I'm
seem
not jogging.
You just seem very French. You know,
I'm no. Why? Because I'm smoking so much?
It's just gross and you shitting yourself.
I didn't. Are your neighbors cool? I'm going to every house.
Okay.
You're a real dickhead. You know that?
Hello. Bye.
Bye. Hello. Oh God. Hello.
Hi. So in Berlin, he goes to the Paramount Pictures Corporation because he had met a man in Connecticut who told him to look up his cousin when he got to Berlin, and they filmed another newsreel.
Wow. That's
So-
crazy that actually worked.
Yeah. He goes to the American consulate.
Stupid American tries dumb shit.
They had a letter there from his mother addressed to the man who walks backwards.
Well, that'd be me.
And then when he left, they gave him 2 cartons of cigarettes and wished him good luck.
Good luck. I don't smoke.
You do now.
Try.
So winter comes, and he's walking in the snow.
Oh my God.
Not great. He also doesn't have. He's still got that fucking suit. He doesn't
He's
have the
still in
right
shorts?
clothes. He's got the shorts, but he doesn't have like the right clothes for this at all. So some men in a pub ask him what he's doing, and then he tells them, and they give him secondhand clothes for the winter.
Okay.
So at least he's got that. He's still walking through the snow backwards, which is a fucking nightmare.
Well, by the way, it's also what every parent told our parents they did as a child.
That's right.
One man actually did do it.
I walk backwards
Yeah.
through the snow. So he crosses into Czechoslovakia.
Oh my God. It's just I cannot believe that he is this. I mean, he
I
walked
know.
through America.
Yeah.
And now he's in Czech.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And he goes into this small village. Now, he still has the sign on his back, but now it's in German because they made it for him in
I
German.
bet you it said something like dumb shit.
And the locals, they see him, and they are fucking furious.
Okay.
They start screaming at him. They're running up and spitting in front of his feet in the dirt. Some are holding others back because they're trying to attack him.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I'm going to have to fight my way out of this
Backwards.
village. They hate backwards people. here.
Yes.
And the further he goes into the village, the more people coming out. And then a mob is formed, and they're starting marching towards him. And then a cop comes out of nowhere, and he tells all the people to stop. And he takes Plennie into like a small tavern and sits him down. Tries to talk to him, realizes he speaks English, goes and gets a translator. And then he listens to his story, and he goes, oh, the villagers thought you were German because you had a German sign on your back.
Oh, okay.
And they fucking hate Germans. And
I hate Germans too.
They were going to beat the living shit out of you.
They would not let me stay there, even when I pooped.
And they're like, no, you're fine. You're American. You're good to go.
Oh, okay.
So they don't kill him.
Wow. But it is fun. It is way funnier to think that the Czech people are just living in a backwards walker and going to kill him for that.
So he goes on to Prague, and he meets a rich guy there who loves his story, buys him a new suit.
Oh my God! Talk about needed.
In Vienna, they write a story about him. In Romania,
Romania?
He's like, oh my God, it's been a year. I've been walking for a full fucking year. Crowds of Romanians are following around Bucharest. In Bulgaria, a Methodist minister gets him a few days in a hospital for free because he looks so sickly because he's so skinny.
Things are not good when someone's like, you probably just need a few days in a hospital. Like you're not sick, but someone's just like, just take 3 days in the hospital. Just go to the ICU for a few, would you? Honestly.
He walks across Greece. He gets to the Turkish border.
Oh my God.
And they're not amused. They arrest him. They throw him in jail.
Oh my God. It's just that's just that. I mean, he's crazy. That's bullshit. You can't just literally throw a guy in jail for walking backwards. It's just like, come on.
A man who speaks English comes and asks him what he's doing, and if he had enough money to get through Turkey, could anyone send him money from America? Obviously, they're trying to get money, right?
Yeah.
And after a few days, they release him, and he gets to Istanbul, and he realizes they sent word ahead because right when he gets there, a bunch of cops come and arrest him again.
Right. So they now have a money-making scheme.
Yeah, they take him to the capital city murder jail.
Sure. Yep. Right. That doesn't sound like a Marvel name. That's fine. We're going to take you to murder jail.
Every morning, they would take him to a courtroom, and he would pantomime to a judge, and then be put back in his cell.
So, okay. Me, not from here. Walk backwards around the world. Me. Oh, fuck.
Then one day, he's in the jail, and he hears someone talking English, and he yells out, and the guy comes over. He's an assistant American ambassador, and he goes, I'll look into your situation. So in the U.S., the AP has now printed a story about his imprisonment.
Oh my God! Imagine being his ex-wife. Like Jesus Christ.
It was headlined "Texas Crab in Jail."
Texas crab
They're
in
calling it, he's the crab.
because he's walking backwards.
Yeah, but crabs don't walk backwards.
No.
So the American consul, the ambassador, is just not interested in helping Plennie. He thinks his walking backwards is just fucking dumb and pointless, and if he decides to do that, he can find his way out. Plennie still doesn't know what the charges are. He doesn't know why he's in jail. And then he finally finds out through this assistant ambassador he doesn't have enough money to get through Turkey, and walking backwards is a public nuisance.
So he's a public nuisance.
Yeah. And the guy goes, you need a credible person to sign for you and say you won't do anything illegal and you'll be on
Then
the
you
up
can
and
maybe
up.
walk
And then you can walk. Yes, you can walk backwards. So he begs the assistant ambassador to do it. Another AP story is printed. This one had a Plennie quote. If they'd only let me go backwards, it wouldn't be so bad. But I get all tuckered out now when I have to walk forward. It uses such different muscles.
Wow. He's completely
just,
swapped his leg muscles.
His leg muscles are completely reversed.
He's like an astronaut. I mean, he's probably got he really probably does have hooves at this point.
I can't imagine what his legs look like.
I would love to know what they must
Crazy.
just look like. They probably claws. That's why they called him the crab.
Yeah. So the assistant ambassador finally agrees to sign the papers, but he still can't convince the Turks to give Plennie his passport back. Now this I don't
He's
understand.
gonna be trapped in Turkey
Because
walking backwards.
They're saying we want you to have money to be. We want you to have enough money to be here, but we're keeping your passport. So I don't know what the fucking deal is. Plennie stops by the ambassador to see if the embassy to see if the man ambassador is there. He's not, and as he's walking out, he meets this rich Italian guy, A.R. Cirelti, and they immediately become friends. They start talking. They hit it off. And Cirelti he's really rich, and he has a very fancy hotel room. And they go back there, and he's like, "Look, man, if you want to stay here, I know you're totally fucked. There's many rooms in this hotel room, and why would you pay money if you don't have any?" So he goes, "You can totally stay here." And he does, and they start hanging out, and he's taking Plennie all around Istanbul, paying for everything.
Does he walk backwards when he's recreationally going out?
I think he is now, but I can't say for sure. But based on what he said to the paper, I think he is.
That's good.
So
that's nice. That's good. He's completely.
And he's like, "Can I pay for some of this?" And the guy's like, "Look, I'm rich. It doesn't why? It doesn't matter."
Money isn't an issue. Eh?
So he goes back to the ambassador and to try to get the ambassador to get his passport back, and the ambassador's like, "I don't like what you're doing." He goes, I can't condone it. He's sure that if Plennie walks onward to Persia, that he's fucking dead. He says, quote, "There are places in these countries where there are no roads at all, just desert, jungle, mean people, heathens, wild animals, snakes.
Let him walk through the jungle back.
Let him please walk through the jungle. I want to hear him walking through Cambodia.
I want to see
Thailand.
him figure out how to get out of a puma attack. Backwards.
To be fair, the ambassador has been all over the world, and war is happening in Persia at the time.
Sure.
And he's probably right on some level. A dude walking through the jungle, at the very least, is going to get malaria.
That's dangerous. Yeah.
But that's it. So his journey is.
That's it.
Ended. He can't get out of this.
Okay. So he's in Turkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he finally accepts it. He's like, I guess I got to go home. And he's like, I'll
Gonna be a long walk back, but I'll do it.
Here's what I'll do. I'll go to New York, and then I'll somehow get to California, and then I'll walk backwards from California to Texas to wrap it up.
Okay.
So he tells his Italian friend, and they spend more time partying all around Istanbul. He's just having a great fucking time.
Sure.
But Plennie's a little bit suspicious because this guy's being really generous, and then when he's speaking to business associates, they would always look at Plennie and laugh. Because they're talking in Turkish and he doesn't know what they're saying. And the ambassador's like, "Look, this isn't normal for someone to be this generous. I would just keep your eye out. There's something off here."
Oh boy.
And then Cirelti's like, "Hey, I'm going to France. My business is up here. I got to go to France. I'll pay for your way there if you want to go there, and you can get back to America from there. It'll be easier. And then they get on the ship, and he brings 2 extra trunks, and he's like, "Can you tell people these are your trunks? It'll just it'll save me money."
Sure. Yeah.
So the guy who has tons of money is not trying to save a couple of bucks.
I've watched Lock Up Abroad enough to know where this is headed. Will you just take these 2 extra bags?
Bags of cocaine. Boxes, cocaine boxes.
Extra suitcases with coke.
Did I say cocaine boxes?
What I meant is coke. No, suitcase. Jam.
Box. It's
this
a box.
Is clothes.
It's a closed box.
Don't open these.
Full of...
They're clothes.
Don't sniff it either.
Don't even do anything.
Don't lick it. So Plenty's like, something's off here, and he runs off the ship and tells the ambassador what's going on.
Okay.
Gets back on.
Wait, he runs and tells the ambassador, "Hey, this dude's giving me like cases saying
he's like,
it's shady. I'm gonna go," and then he goes back to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they get to Marseille, the cops are waiting, but there's nothing in the trunks. The ambassador thinks that the drugs were unloaded at a stop in Naples.
Okay.
Plennie would later write that he helped catch a drug dealer, but there's zero record of it. We got to go with the ambassador's version, which is there was nothing there, but something had gone down.
Right.
Most likely, Plennie tipped the guy off and got money.
Okay. Right. Okay.
But then they watched Plennie when he was in France for 3 days, and he was staying in the worst places and acted like he had no money.
Okay.
So the French consulate gets Plennie a job on a steamship heading back to the U.S., and he arrives in New York on June 15th, 1932.
Okay.
He never said, so this guy is like, "Hey, I'm going to California." He meets a guy going to California, driving in a Ford.
Jesus
I don't know how this shit happens with him, but he meets a guy, the guy's like, "Hey, I'll take you to California."
Sure. Are you cool or crazy? Either way, let's do it.
You seem normal. You're just walking around the world backwards.
4 or 5 days in a car with you.
So...
You have to drive backwards.
Fuck.
Is that
what?
cool?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he agrees to split gas money and pay for hotels. Now, where did he get the money to do that? And then when he gets to California, he goes to the Summer Olympics, and he's watching the Olympics.
Sure. He's probably like, "I can't believe they don't have a backwards walking around the world event." It's crazy.
Well, I'm sure they will at some point.
Sure.
Whenever they can scam. So he starts walking backwards again, and in Anaheim, people surround him at a gas station, and a cop sees, pulls up, tells everyone to get out of there, scatter. Now, Plenty's changed a little bit, and he's like, "Look, it's not illegal to walk backwards, and I can talk to these people. There's nothing illegal going on here." And the crowd starts to boo the cop and then shout at him. The cop gets in his car. And,
he's had enough.
Yeah.
He's no longer rolling over.
Yeah, someone has found their courage.
Yes.
So then he walks through the fucking desert.
Ugh. Backwards.
It's 120 degrees in the desert. Ugh. It's August.
Time to start pushing that peanut.
Yes. It's fucking August. He sleeps on the side of the road or shitty hotels if he can. In Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Phoenix in August. I was just there in August. Let me tell you.
A cop stops him in Phoenix and says it's against the law to walk backwards. He handcuffs him and takes him to the station.
Was it Joe Arpaio?
Yes, he was around back then. Takes him to the station, takes him downstairs, and then downstairs is an old friend of Plenty's waiting. There's a police chief and a reporter. Ha ha, it's a joke.
Okay. Ha ha ha, good joke. Yay, it's great because it's based on my trauma that I've gone
through. It keeps happening!
For the last 18 months.
Have you heard of Turkish prison?
They threw back. Just let you know, it's not so funny because I was put into Turkish prison.
So he gets to Texas. Now he knows people in every town he's in because he's getting back home. And he finally walks into Abilene. People there on the streets are waiting for him. It's a big to-do. His brothers, his family, Della and his daughter. Della's now a nurse. Vivian's a hostess in a restaurant. So they're doing okay.
Okay.
People are like, "Why did you do it?"
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically his reasons changed, and he just says, "I wanted to see the world."
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And he also says Fort Worth has given me a big wad of cash. The
postcard,
the commerce. But that's not true. He was just making that
Right.
up. No one was giving him money.
Right.
I think he just didn't want to seem
Yeah, he didn't want to be like, I came back broke.
Yeah, this didn't work out at all.
Well, I'm actually talking to a guy about cutting off one of my legs. So that's a deal I'm looking to kind of just thread the needle on.
So there's no money. The entire trip took 1 year, 6 months, 9 days, and he had $4.
Well,
He did see the world.
worth it.
He did see the world. He met people in a way you don't meet people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was that.
Yep, sure.
So afterwards,
Lost his wife.
Yep. Which he probably sounds like he wanted to a little bit. Like he.
It seems like you don't go walking backwards alone if you're like, I love you.
Yeah, yeah. So he moved to Archer City and he got a job as a cook. Della then moved there, and in the late 30s they remarried.
Aww.
You just do me one favor and don't walk backwards across the world again.
No promises, babe.
Okay,
and then
I
I looked
love
at the
you.
camera.
They opened another cafe together, but then they divorced in 1943.
Well, I'm off.
In 1945, he got a job at another cafe and fell in love with a waitress.
Okay.
She was 18.
Oh, Jesus.
He's 51.
Jesus God.
I want to show a picture of her for Gareth. He married Juanita in 1946.
What? I'm sorry. Is that the waitress?
Yeah.
And she's wearing his crazy glasses,
Well,
which
this is-
now that I'm seeing up close are even crazier than I thought.
Yeah.
And he's wearing flashlight glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's
she's.
all-
Yep. Okay. All right. That's. Sure. What? Yeah.
So they would move around the country just working in hospitality for years. They were house parents at UCLA at a fraternity at UCLA for a couple of years until a pledge choked on raw liver during hazing and the frat was shut down.
Well, it's good that that's consistent.
He would always, for the rest of his life, try to make money off of his walk. He carried his journal around and his newspaper clippings with him all the time and would show them off. He brought it up so much that it annoyed everybody.
I bet.
Yeah.
It
Just
is-
people
it
he
is-
knew, he would just always, that time I walked around and was like,
Yeah. We remember
Yeah,
plenty.
we know. Jesus Christ.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah,
You know what
what?
guacamole reminds
Oh,
me of?
fuck, what?
Do you know what guacamole reminds me of?
No.
You really don't?
No.
When I walked around the world backwards for
Okay.
18 months.
All right. Just, I
Do you
gotta-
see? Because
Yeah. Look,
I saw avocados on my walk
Yeah, listen,
backwards.
I got to let you go. I can't have you work here anymore because it's
know-
intolerable.
I was let go once when I was walking around
Okay,
the world
don't
backwards.
do this.
And
I need this.
It was gutting.
To end.
I
the
had a lot
conversation.
of tough spots there. Della was upset.
The conversation to end. I need it to end.
I know what it's like to feel like things need to end because when I was walking backwards around the world, I was like, this has got to stop.
Okay,
But I
this
didn't
has
want to
to
stop.
It has to.
I broke an old man's dentures.
Yeah. If I don't look at you or say anything, will that be helpful?
Well, if you're having trouble looking at someone, I'd recommend putting on a pair of glasses with mirrors on the side. I did that actually when I was walking around the world backwards for a
Okay.
good couple years.
That's fair. It's not fair.
And it was a way to sort of see behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I was very agreeable to my own thoughts when I was walking around the world backwards for a while. So I was sort of like doing what you do, where I'm like, and I was kind of doing that to myself.
I need poison.
I felt like that too. This guy actually had this all-in-one tonic that sort of reminded me of poison. The bottle looked like poison. I was walking around the world backwards at that time. So that's very interesting that you say that. That's obviously very connected. This guy had an all-in-one elixir. And then I met a really rich guy. And that was when I was walking around the world backwards. Yeah, fuck. That's something I didn't do a lot of when I was walking around the world backwards, I'll tell you that. My calves were fucked, though. But no, Della left me. But that was when I was walking around the world backwards, which I did do. Not the whole world, because eventually I got some places and I was looking at a backwards walk through the jungle and they told me that, those monkeys will just rip me apart like a clown. So I was like, can't do that. Are you laughing?
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of laughing when I was walking around the world backwards because there wasn't a lot of light thoughts in my head. I'm so tired.
So
You know what made me really tired?
he worked on the book for 30 years. He finally finished.
You got to get it right.
In 1966. It's full of mistakes. It has tons of photos.
Well, he only had 30 years.
One chapter was, quote, "I startled a mule."
That's a good one. That's how you know those days were filled with a lot of entertaining stuff. You know which chapter we could probably lose is the one where you startled the mule.
So no one buys it.
Interesting.
He was in Ripley's Believe It or Not and the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest backwards walk. 8,000 miles, still is.
Crazy.
Johnny Carson had him on The Tonight Show in July 1976. He's 81 years old.
Uh-huh.
That was to promote a backwards walk he was doing from L.A. to San Francisco, 400 miles, at 81 years old. And he did it because he was getting $500 from Ripley's Believe It or Not, where the walk would end.
Oh, my God.
He also got $370 from The Tonight Show. That haul was the most he ever made from the walk. One of his sisters died in 1988, and when the funeral was over, he set up a card table to sell his books in the church.
No.
Now you know why he didn't get a sponsor.
Oh, no.
Right? He didn't get a sponsor because he was crazy and annoying, I think. In
Are you
1990...
okay? It's hard. You know, we all grieve in different ways. I actually wrote a book. Have you ever startled a mule? You're going to love chapter 19.
Oh, and I have googly eyes if you would like to buy those
there
for
you go.
$2.
So, I'll miss her, but at least I have these things.
You know, the book, then, and at least I have a 2-for-1 sale.
So,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, so it's $6 each or it's 2 for $10.
In 1991, he was living in Wichita Falls, Texas.
91.
Yeah. He had medical bills, so he called a reporter and he said he was willing to sell the rights to his feet after he died. The story was in all the papers in the U.S. No one took his offer. He
I'm ready to do
died
it.
at home on August 2nd, 1993.
Wow. How old was he? He was what?
Jesus.
90s?
He's in his 90s, yeah.
Wow.
No, is he in his 90s?
86?
70s?
605?
No, he born in 2000. Yeah, it was almost 100.
Wow.
Late 90s. All of it was just from the book The Man Who Walked Backward by Ben Montgomery.
Wow.
It's a great history book.
What a great little story.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. It's crazy that, I mean, I guess it makes sense you've never heard of him in a way because it's like he didn't really do too much. But you talk about hearing things on this show where you're like, this is exciting. Hearing the thesis statement of a man is going to walk backwards is exciting around the world.
I mean, what in the fuck happens in people's brains?
You know, we all process trauma in our own ways, and
is this shit? It's none of this shit. The flagpole sitting, which was a big thing, people would sit at flagpoles for days. None of this is different than the shit you see on YouTube where people just desperately trying to. None of it is.
It actually reminds me of David Blaine. Like, it's like that level of, because it is in a way mind over matter shit. It's like, that is a crazy thing to do. To walk that far, you really, I mean, obviously at times are thinking about stopping or getting depressed about it.
I mean, just imagine how, he must have been in so much pain. I would think you would be in so much pain.
I mean, I just can't imagine swapping your calf muscles to the front of your leg.
No.
It must be very strange.
Oh, it's got to be insane. And the fact that...
Why not? What?
Yeah. All your hamstrings, everything would be all out of whack.
Yeah.
You would think for years...
He would be on Rogan.
Oh, yeah. He would be on Rogan for sure.
I don't know. I'm like... It's hard to get a profile on this man's mental state.
It's not great.
It can't be great.
There is also... I think... For me, it just seems like it's a desperate desire for fame. That's all he wanted. It was just fame. That was it.
It's true.
He didn't want anything else. He didn't care about his family.
YouTube is a good comparison. It's
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to go viral.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was trying to go leg viral.
And I'm sure the selling of the books at the funeral, that's just to get people to see what he did.
I don't think that's wrong. I don't think
that seems normal.
I remember when my grandmother died, I was selling CDs.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funeral parlor that we took my dad to, they have a merch area.
Yeah.
And they get a 25%
Well, that's my favorite thing to ask anyone who's officiating some sort of funeral.
What's
Just
the
be like,
merch situation?
Do I do merch before or after? You think? I feel like get them on the way in so they're not sad. Is that crazy? You know what I'll do? I'll set it up and I'll do it before and after.
No, we have the urn and we have We have the date all set up.
Okay.
Would you like us to make shirts? Would you like, we can make hats.
I think hats and koozies.
Yeah,
is
we
where
can
my
make
head's at. I
koozies
think
for
some
sure.
Koozies.
People love koozies.
Well, they're cheap to make,
yeah,
and people love them. It's
and
just such an
they're
easy,
taste. We can make them very
and it's easy to pack and
we
stuff.
Can do
They don't need to be tasteful.
we can do like a goodbye gams. We can do a.
I would maybe lean. I would maybe go more in the direction of like, we're all grieving, but only one of us has felt that walking around the world backwards.
I
tilt
love
it my
that.
way.
I love
Tilt
that.
it my way.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And then
We also have fake turds.
that's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely want those on the merch table. And I'm thinking while we cremate, maybe I'm walking backwards along the stage and
Sure.
putting out the candles or something.
Sure, we can do that. Yeah.
Whatever it is, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll walk around the coffin a couple times backwards when you. And I also think what would be cool if you're down. Maybe we bury her and then exhume it, sort of like a backwards funeral, just
Sure,
to
we
kind
can
of
do
play
that.
into the whole
We can
theme
do
of my
that.
life
Yeah.
and career.
Yeah. We can sell a shirt of her coming back up out.
That's great. That's great. That's great. My heart's in the right place. I
Yep.
love what you guys are doing here. This is going to be awesome. I'm
Let's make
really
some money.
excited for my
make
sister's
money.
funeral. Let's do
Yeah.
this. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, normal stuff, Dave.
Normal stuff, man.
Normal stuff as usual.
We did it again.
We did it again.
All right.
Bye.
We sign calves.
Bye.